Sohk Dee. Sohk Dee. Hello everyone, welcome to Dennis Saliba, Occult and Fortean. How's it going? Sohk Dee means good day in Lao, and there it is in the Lao script. Imagine having to do this like 10, 12 years ago without all of the translation software. I would not be able to say any phrases in Lao. Anyways, today's article comes from Indochina Tours, a trip beyond Indochina. And again, I just want to remind everyone that the purpose of this show is not to be scholarly. This is not a scholarly show. This is an occult and Fortean show. And the main purpose is for me to actually go through Lao beliefs and superstitions, but also to cover, omens, supernatural phenomenon in the world. Christian, non-Christian, sometimes Islamic, sometimes pagan, sometimes from other belief systems. We'll see how the show itself evolves with time. So today's article is from the Laos Travel Guide. So apparently Laos, and I was searching this the other day, Laos is used to refer to the people or the country or the culture. But as an adjective, Laotian is a reference to the language. So if you say Pasha Lao, which is the Pasha Lao, the Lao language, that's actually Laotian. But I am Laos. I am from Laos, the country itself. So a bit of confusion. Easy mistakes to make. All right, similar to Southeast Asian countries, Laos has its own beliefs and religion that lead to the spiritual life of the people. Besides the pre-Christian animist beliefs such as worshipping gods, plural, and Fi, spirits, Fi, which accounts for 30.7% of the Lao population. When was this article written? 2018, okay, a few years older. 30.7% of the Lao population, Buddhism and Christianity are the two major religions allowed to practice in this charming land. So, animist beliefs in Laos. Animism is a philosophical, religious, or spiritual conception that the soul or sacred stays in all things, people, animals, plants, rocks, rivers, mountains. The human being is not separate from nature. The human being is an expression of nature, if you're to follow the alchemical laws of the Kabbalion. And that separateness is in and of itself an illusion. I am equally as much as the rock across from me is equally as much as a part of me, because we are all expressions of the divine. Therefore, we are all expressions of nature itself, which is divine anyway. So I'm guessing that's what animism is referring to. In our natural phenomenon, thunder, lightning, clouds, and rain, or other entities in the natural environment. So basically elementals, what Europeans would classify as elementals. Entities would be, for example, nature spirits, elementals. According to the specialists, animism is considered as indigenous beliefs associated with traditional festivals and worshipping customs of the local people. Each nation has different characters to worship, including Laos, where worshipping gods and spirits coexist. So animist beliefs. Worshipping gods is the ancient belief in Laos. Despite the religious devotion to Buddhism, the Lao still worship gods today to production life. The production of life, I should say. That's not correct English there. Such as heaven, earth, rain, sun, water, and lightning, as we saw, for example, Mai Torani from our first stream. According to animist beliefs, the gods are ones who lead in heaven and in the earth, and in the water, consisting of the Jade Emperor. That sounds like that's heavily influenced by Chinese law as well. The Jade Emperor sounds like a Chinese myth or legend. Interesting crossover. The god of the soil and dragon, sea god respectively. I wonder if that's the serpent in front of the Mai Torani temples that we saw in the other stream. For the Lao people, the gods are also real historical figures who have had great achievements in protecting production, exterminating monsters, beasts. In addition, they bravely accompanied with the residents to overcome the harsh challenges, protected and empowered by the people in the struggle for survival. The worship of the gods in Laos has existed for a long time, but there is no system of doctrines. That doesn't really surprise me. It's probably why it's so difficult to get reliable scholarly data on Laos for that very reason. Hungary too, parts of Hungary at least. The unity among the local communities, or the change from polytheism to monotheism. The general development of this belief is to simplify the worshipping customs by practically worshipping those who are closely related to the outcome of labor and daily life. So, for example, Mai Tarani, defeater of evil. I don't know who that is, but I'll find out. Animist beliefs, worshipping Fi. It is believed that all things have spirits even when they die. Those spirits still exist, then enter into a powerful object to become sacred. Fi can bless for the people, but it can also cause affliction for human beings. So there are two main forms of concepts. Fi Kwon Wat, benevolent spirits, and Fi Fetu, malevolent spirits. Fi Fetu, Fi Kwon Wat. All right. Simply, you can understand that Fi Kwon Wat is house and village spirits, such as grandparents, parents, good people. Oh, wow. I actually believe in that. I thought that was a custom exclusive to Korea and Japan, but it looks like Laos celebrates that too. Or villagers' heroes who reside around the villages and houses to safeguard and protect the current generation. So that explains why they have those little mini houses. In front of a house, what looks like a letterbox, there are these mini houses that's like about the size of maybe both of your palms, or maybe two sets of palms generally. You see this in Thailand quite a lot. And that's supposedly a shrine, so that's probably what those little mini houses are venerating. Interesting though, nonetheless. Meanwhile, Fi Fetu is often the soul of the people who died in their shoes, or casuists, or premature death without the worshippers. These types of spirits are often hidden in the tall trees, bushes, in the whirlpools, on high cliffs, etc. They always disturb the peaceful lives of people. So because they themselves didn't have peace within their lifetimes, they are bound by that timeline to some point, and then they cause disturbances because they have that disturbance energy in them. It's kind of an interesting way of looking at things. Religion in Laos, Buddhism in Laos. Buddhism is the major religion in Laos, accounting for 66% of the population, according to the Pew Research Center of 2010. I'm just curious as to how much higher or lower that might be in 2025, but 66% of the population, according to a diversity of information sources. The first monks who immigrated to Western Laos spread Buddhism to residents in this area. A lot of Buddhist scriptures, Buddhist statues, and Buddhist monks were transferred from Sri Lanka to Laos to support the propagation of this religion. Afterward, Buddhism had been developing in most of the western parts of Laos. Okay. In the 13th century, when the Thai people who took over the northern part of Laos. So that's where the Thai connection comes in. Propagated Theravada Buddhism and expanded this religion throughout the northern and central Laos. During this time, Lao Buddhism was closely related to Sri Lankan Buddhism. Meanwhile, in the south, Lao Buddhism was also influenced by Khmer Buddhism, Cambodian, under the Angkorian Empire, which dominated the Indo-Chinese countries from the 8th century to the 13th century. Mahayana Buddhism was propagated to Laos in the 14th century after King Fa Nung, I'm guessing that's King Fa Nung, 1316 to 1373, unified the entire territory of Laos. So thank you, King Fa Nung, for making modern-day Laos. He acquired Theravada Buddhism from Cambodia and then developed it throughout Laos. Thus, two sects of Buddhism now exist in parallel with each other, Mahayana Buddhism and Hinayana Buddhism. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Hayana Buddhism and Hinayana Buddhism, in which Hinayana Buddhism has dominated. According to statistics, there are more than 20,000 monks and nuns in Laos and about 6,300 worshipping places. All of the Lao monks and nuns join the same organization called the Lao United Buddhists, which is placed under the patronage of the Department of Religious Affairs in the Ministry of Education. The Lao pagodas follow the architectural style of the Khmer pagodas, but they still possess many unique features of the traditional Lao architecture. In every village of Laos, there is always a temple called Wat, which is normally built on the central land of the village with the main gate facing the west and the other three sides. The temple complex usually consists of the three main houses: the Buddha Hall, the Buddhist temple, and the monks' quarters. That's not too different from Buddhist temples even here in Australia. The Buddha Hall is the most important place that is dedicated for the monks and nuns practice the Buddhist ritual. The Buddhist temple is the area for which the followers to come and practice. Basically, that's where they have the incense sticks and then they venerate the ancestors, the heroes. I've one of my friends is a practicing Buddhist. He showed me some of the practices and explained to me what some of the avatars of the gods meant, because apparently Buddha's not one avatar. Buddha is an individual, yes, but there's more than one avatar of Buddha, supposedly. So that's what he explained to me. He's Vietnamese, though, my friend. And the monks' quarters are the residence of the monks. In addition, the temple complex also has some auxiliary works, such as the library, empty floor, guest house, etc. One unique characteristic of Lao temples is the lower system, which is used for worshipping Buddha's relics and counting the bone of the dead. That's interesting. Normally, the tower was monumentally designed and constructed. The most majestic tower in Laos is That Pha Long, located in the capital Vientiane, the highlight of each Lao tour for even the difficult tourists. Throughout the history, Buddhism in Laos has been increasingly consolidated and developed. Although Buddhism is not the national religion in Laos, it is easy to see the important role and influence of Buddhism in the human life of every ethnic group in this country. Thinking of Laos, we will immediately think about the close relationship between the monks and the local residents. Interesting. Christianity in Laos. So, Christianity in Laos is a minority religion which makes up about 1.5% of the population. The religion was introduced into Laos in the 19th century by the French colonization. Of course it was, but it does not have much impact on this nation because of the domination of Buddhism. Till now, Christianity is on the way to acquire the Laotian, I'm guessing that means government's acceptance. There are two main types of Christian in Laos: Protestant with 100,000 followers and Catholic, comprised of 45,000 worshippers. In terms of activating areas, Catholics seem to be more common in the central and southern than northern Laos because of the restriction. Which restriction? Like a government mandate restriction? I've got to research that more. That's kind of an interesting way of phrasing that. Meanwhile, Protestantism is widely spread in 3 regions, not only in the big cities, but also increasing the number of followers in rural areas, especially among Khmer groups such as Khmer, Bro in northern Laos, and Hmong Yao communities. Yao. Interesting. Other religions in Laos. In addition to Animism, Buddhism, and Christianity, there are some minority religions in Laos, which accounts for 1.8% of the population, including Hinduism. Interesting. Due to the once mighty Angkor Empire, Confucianism, and Taoism in the big cities. All of them contribute to creating a diverse religious system for the million elephant country. Cool. Cool. Well, that's it from this particular stream. So all I can say is Sohk Dee. If you want to rewatch this on replay, feel free to rewatch this on replay. If you want to browse this a bit later, feel free to do so. But Sohk Dee, have a good day, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye for now, and take care. Sabadi.